Welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here. Alright, you guys. So I did a little bit of yard work today. I still have not found my weed eater charger. I have no clue where it's at. Anyways, I went ahead and I did a little bit of weeding by my hands, and I did a little bit of reconfiguring out here. I will be actually putting my round herb container back right in this section and figuring out how we want to display everything this year and that. And so let me show you where I've placed things and that sort of thing. So I've got 2 chestnut trees here that I grew from a seed, and those will be going to a new home in the near future. So those ones are spoken for. And then these plants are more like just seasonal items that are going to be growing in here. And so I will be harvesting probably the celery root. I don't know when I'm supposed to harvest it, but I'm looking to see if maybe it's going to get a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm hoping for. So those are on the end right here for now. Those probably will not remain there because I don't have them on the black weed barrier. So I still had a little bit of weed barrier, and I just decided, you know what? I'm not going to go out and buy any more weed barrier. I'm just going to use what I have for now, and just live with what I've got. So I think that's probably the best choice at this point in time. So what I have done here is I've actually created kind of like a little garden area, and I will be filling it in with like my little figgy trees and that sort of thing here in the near future. I'm just giving them a few more weeks where they are, and I'm waiting for some of the real rainy season to just kind of go away a little bit, so they're not getting too pumped with water right away, because I don't want them to get root rot because they're new cuttings that I've just rooted. So I've kind of have them up under the edge of the house where they can get sunlight and get acclimated to the environment and the weather outside of like greenhouse and stuff, and they're doing really, really good. I'll show you that as well. So right here on the edge I have created kind of like horseshoes sections at either end of the black weed barrier sections. So I've got right here, I've got this one here on the end is a black I can't remember the name of it. It's a black raspberry, so black cap. I got that from M.I. Gardner's website, and he had some bare roots, and I was worried that it was dead when I got it, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and plant it, and I'm so glad that I did and didn't like freak out, because now it is actually growing, and I'll show you that really quick. So it came pretty dry, but look at that, you guys. Awesome. So yeah, these are black raspberry jewel. So very excited about that addition to my raspberry collection. And I'm pretty good on my raspberry collection now, and I'm thinking I'm just going to stop with that, and I'm hoping again that one raspberry that I do see berries on, and I'll show you that in a moment, I'm hoping that is my double gold raspberry, because I love the double gold. It was really good. I haven't had the Ann raspberry later on. I'm good now. I don't need any more right now. So here is the boysenberry right here, and we've got really big blossoms, and don't mind my dirty hands. I've been out here gardening, and so big giant blossoms, you guys. So I'll be having some boysenberries, and I went ahead and cut the cane in half this season at the very beginning before spring, popped it down in. I had enough to do 2 canes extra, and one rooted, the other one didn't. So I've got a little bit more now plant down in this section, so new plants will come up, and it is slowly getting bigger. Okay, here is I want to say this is the Marionberry, so I've got blossoms on it as well, looking really good. This one here is my Loganberry, and it is looking good. I actually have some fruit developing already, so awesome. And then right here is a polarberry, or not polar berry. It is, I'm wanting to say it's a snowbank. So that one is this one here, white blackberry. And then the other one next to it is the polar berry. And I also have a red cap in here. This is a red cap raspberry. And then this one down here is the polar berry. So it's going to be a white blackberry as well. And then I'm good on blackberries. I don't want any more. At least not right now. I did gift my sister-in-law some thornless varieties of blackberries, and so I am excited to see how those end up tasting, because I had never heard of them, and I just got those for her, and then I researched, and they had really great reviews. So later on, I might go ahead and grab a couple cuttings from her. So I told her to plant them into the ground so that they don't die, because one of them almost died already. So hopefully she finds a spot for them soon, since they have their new home and everything. So she gets them in the ground. She won't have to babysit them quite as much. So, yeah. Right here is one of my other raspberry plants. Now I've got a variety, and the tag's over here, so I can't read it. So I have a tulamine, and I have, this says an orange raspberry, but it's just a standard red raspberry, actually. And it's delicious. I like it. It kind of tastes like the tulamine, but the tulamine has a really good red raspberry flavor that I really love. And then this one here is a new one for the year. This one is, I'm wanting to say fall gold or cascade gold. Can't remember the tags on the other side, of course. So it's one of those. And then this one right here is the one that I think is my double gold raspberry. And we do have little berries on it forming, so I'm excited to wait and see if they are the double gold. And some of them already opened up down here, and the bees have been buzzing around them. It's been a joy to see all the giant bumblebees coming into the garden. I just love it. And they just make me smile. All right, so this one here is the fall gold. And so that would mean this one over here is probably the cascade. Let me look. Yeah. So that one's the cascade gold over there, the one that we just saw. And then fall gold. And then this is a Cascade Delight raspberry bush. And so this one looks pretty good. We got some berries forming on our blossoms that have opened here, and more forming here. And then down in the bottom here, I have a Cascade wintergreen, and it is slowly moving throughout the pot down here at the bottom and putting up new little sections, which is exciting, and have some good wintergreen. Then right here is the Royalty Raspberry that I got at Tractor Supply, and it is looking awesome. And then this one right here, I believe is the Heritage, and I can't wait to try this one out as well. I don't know if I will get berries this year, so I'll be watching it, but it doesn't look like I will, but we'll just watch it and see. And then right here in these sections, I created openings for either side as of right now, and I have my little pots that have my gooseberry cuttings in them, because like I said in so many videos, we are renting and we do plan on moving. So I've decided to go ahead and leave some of my gooseberry plants all planted all together in these pots right here, like this, and then the ones that I have in their individual pots will remain in individual pots. This way we have less pots to move, and I don't have to do as much fuss work with them at this time. So I am liking this. So I got an entryway here, and then I got another one on this side, and I'm going to be removing the coconut core from these two pots and repotting this group here of the gooseberries, because I frankly am tired of the coconut core. So I'll be having to mix the coconut core with some of the other soil that I have. And then I did the same thing on this side. I've got gooseberries and gooseberries. And then the two chestnut trees that I grew from seed last year, I have gone and placed right here. and right here. And then coming into this section of the horseshoe, I have some fig trees on the inside part, and then some pawpaw trees. And so I've got different varieties here, and I'm not exactly sure which ones they are. I got Violetta here, and then right here I've got Latarua, then Mary Lane in the corner, and it's kind of hard to see them because of all the green mixing with the raspberries and blackberries. And then right here is the Desert King, and it gets really bushy down at the bottom, I've noticed, so there's a lot of new little sections coming up, so it's kind of a bushy growing tree. And then right here is my pawpaw seedlings, and then right next to it I have the Gambino, which is going to be a fig that kind of tastes like bananas, I guess, so I'm looking forward to that. It's got some weird colors on the leaves, probably fig mosaic virus, who knows. I'm not sure if they're supposed to look like that. This one looks more normal, so most likely a lot of figs have the fig mosaic virus. And then this is the free fig that I had gotten from a rain tree, and some of my leaves have not liked the transition to outside, so I'll probably be removing the ugly leaves and updating them. Now this does have coconut coir in this pot, and I do plan at the end of the season to probably upgrade the soil on this one. And then right here is my Hardy Chicago. That was the first fig that I got. Then yellow long neck, I got that from Wellspring. I think it's a tissue culture, so it's a slow grower, and it's only grown like 1.5 inches since I've gotten it, since last year. And then right here is a Ronde de Bordeaux that I got from somebody. Now on the other side of the horseshoe, I have some gooseberries along the outside edge here, and on the inside I've got some different berry bushes. I've got gojis right here and right here, and then I've got mulberries and some bamboo and a hydrangea. So I've got some flowers mixed in here. And then in the center I just put the pear trees that I grew from seed. I put those in the center, and then this one peach on the end that I grew from seed. And let's see, same thing over here, some more gooseberries here. These ones actually have some berries on them, so I did manage to get some berries this year. I'm excited about that. And then this is from the giant gooseberries that I had gotten seeds from in a store, and I grew those out. I did have flowers on the one I had originally collected seeds from, and from my own personal gooseberry that I used to have, and the aphids got those ones again this year. So one of these years I will probably get some gooseberries from it, but someday. And then my Nanking is doing good. And then around the edge I've got all the little blueberry bushes, the young ones, and the purple pots on the outside edges. And then on these little blue pots here, all these little blue pots, these are all different elderberries, and so they're all looking really good. And one I'm really impressed with is the ranch elderberry. Cuttings actually have put in roots, and then also are creating, you guys, little flower clusters. So it looks like I'll probably be getting some elderberries possibly from this one this year. So that's exciting. And then this one here, the powdery elderberry, is got some bud swelling, and it looks like we'll be getting possibly some berries there. Now my Alesso is flowering over here, and the bummer deal about this one is it looks like all of the looks like just the flowers are falling off, so it looks like I may not get any berries on this one, but that's okay. It's a new cutting, and I'm totally okay with it. So that's how everything's looking over on this section. It looks like I will be getting some flowers, possibly some berries on this one, which is my variegated elderberry. So I'm very, very pleased with all of the elderberries. The black lace is looking really beautiful here, or burgundy lace. So it looks really beautiful. I'm not sure what this one is. I can't remember. And then the black tower is just gorgeous. So that's how it's looking. And then that's the thundercloud here. So everything is looking good. And then I've got my other pots over here all lined up over here with my lettuces and kales and things. And then I got some plants over there that are also going to be for sale. Most of them are in these little pink pots. And then a couple other little bushes and right here, and some other ones that I'll be selling. And then right here are all the little trees, apple trees that I grew from seed. So I'm excited about those as well. I'm excited about a lot of things that I'm growing in my garden. And the edges of the pots look pretty good. Over along here, I just took the mower along the edge and just mowed all the way down, and it did a pretty good job actually. There's a couple spots that I need to just kind of come in with the scissors and clip really close with, but for the most part it looks pretty darn good. This section right here, I forgot to come back and do a pass this direction, but I can't mess with this section because these little finches decided to make a nest there. So and I was going to use that black fabric cloth on the ground, but the birds decided to, use it themselves and build their nest underneath of it. And so, yeah, I don't get to use it. Now, all of the bushes on this side are looking good. I do have 3 pots over here that are empty that I can reuse. And I'm highly debating about repotting them with possibly my elderberry bushes that I'm growing from that I grew from cuttings, and then just getting them out of the small pots and putting them all into one bigger pot. I'm gonna decide which ones I'm going to be putting into them, and then go from there. But these 2 over here, this pot here and this pot here, both have coconut coir in them. So yeah, that needs to come out. And everything is looking pretty darn good. I still haven't planted these 2 strawberries in. Those are those buried treasure berries. They are really good. I've already been able to have 2. I gave one to my husband. I just ate one today. Tastes really good. And they have beautiful red double blossom flowers on them. They do have a pink one as well. Mine have the red flowers. I would like to get the one with the pink flowers too, because I just think they're so pretty. And apparently there's also a double flowered buried treasure that is in white as well. So that would look really, really gorgeous as well. So I really like the idea of my plants not only being edible, but also showing some beauty to them, which is amazing. This bush is my crandall currant, and I absolutely am in love with my crandall currant. The currant is a nice black currant that isn't that it has a really great currant flavor, but it's not like the black currants that most people are used to having. So it's more of a mild currant flavor, I guess you could say. I haven't had a lot of black currants other than like black currant jelly, which I actually enjoy. So I am excited to be able to make some currant jelly with these as well. But I've got a lot of little berries this year, which is really exciting. And I do have 2 currant plants in this one. Now I am thinking about moving all of the flowers out of this pot and combining it with my white currant that I have here, and then I have a red lake currant as well. So I'm thinking about putting all 4 of them into one pot and doing like a grouping. So that is my thought on that. And that's why these ones aren't going to be going into these pots. So there's that. And oh my gosh, you guys, look how gorgeous this Ukraine high bush cranberry is looking. Absolutely stunning. So it gets these beautiful flowers that open up around the edge, you guys, and then these little flowers in the center open up, and they're just little ones, and then they have all these little, you see that? It has all those little things sticking up from it, and then the bugs are just crawling all over them and doing their thing. So it's just beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. So that means these ones will be opening up soon as well. I'm just so excited, and there's so much growth, so next year I'll have even more blossoms on it. Last year was just like 2 berries, and they were really yummy, you guys. They tasted just like a cranberry, but better, in my opinion. Tastes better than a cranberry. Anyways, everything is looking really good. I also have peaches forming right here on the tree, so you can see that. This is my I'm wanting to say my frost peach is what it is, and let me just double check. Yes, my frost peach. And I sold the nectarine because it was the Fantasia, which is was having some leaf curl, and it had some other blight that I wasn't quite liking, which this one is showing some of that. It looks like that. It gets that little rusty spot and it creates a hole in the leaves. That's not good. I did spray this early on, so I think I need to give it another spray with the fungal spray and that sort of thing, because it can lead to fruit drop. So I'll be watching that. I did see the leaf shot spot on my other peach tree as well, that little one that I grew from seed, and that all came from that Fantasia. So my phone cut out and died on me out of nowhere. Anyways, so all of that came from that Fantasia nectarine that I had. So I got rid of the Fantasia since it is prone to blights and it's not as resistant, whereas the frost peach is resistant to leaf curl, but it did get the shotgun, I don't know what it's called. I'm wanting to call it shotgun blight or something like that. It creates that hole in with the little rust spot, and then it creates the hole in the middle where the rust spot is. So yeah, so I need to be doing some fungal treatments on these. So that's how those are looking. Looks like I have that also on this peach or apricot tree as well. So I need to give everything a good overhaul again. And then this is how the little apricot tree is doing that I grew from seed. It's looking pretty awesome. At least I think it's an apricot. It's possible it could be a plum. So there's that. And then over on this side of the yard, I went ahead and I put my grapevines outside of the greenhouse here, and I've actually used a ribbon to tie them kind of to the chair and to themselves. They kept falling over when the wind would blow, and I didn't want them to get broken limbs, so I did that, and now they aren't moving around a lot, which is great. So, and then I have this open window on the greenhouse now that the weather is for the most part really good, so I just leave it open and it helps vent. Then right up here next to the patio is the rest of those little fig cuttings and fig trees that I have growing. So everything is looking really, really, really well out here. And so yeah, looking really great. And then inside of the greenhouse, I have a bunch of my other figs. Now I did remove everything from those little Dollar Tree pots, these little purple and blue ones. at least the fig cuttings, because they weren't rooting. They were sitting in a lot of wet soil, and they weren't draining well enough. So now they're all in these black pots, and so now they'll have a better chance of rooting. I think I had at least one Zigarella that was rooted. One of the Roberts Golden Rainbows was rooted, but they weren't rotted. They just weren't rooted. So now they're in a black pot that is going to drain a lot better. And the Rodgrod, I had one that was rooted. And then these ones are some new cuttings. And I went ahead and just to give myself a chance to have more chances for fig trees, I went ahead and cut them and create a couple more cuttings with the cuttings that I have, and with the hopes that I will definitely get a tree out of them. I got White Madeira #1, Godfather, LSU Champagne, and Macedonia. Yeah, Macedonia. So that's how those are looking. So they're all looking really good. I even transplanted the BBB10 or the BB10. That one did not have any roots at all either, and I just didn't want them sitting. I noticed that they were sitting in soil, and the soil was kind of smelling not so great. So I have since removed all of the trays from the bottom of, well, not this one, but that's what the tray looks like. It creates a solid bottom, so it creates a reservoir. And these ones I've actually, you can see the holes now at the bottom, so that's how they look now, and so they'll drain better. And yes, so exciting. I've got my new little plants down there, woodruff, and I can make syrups with this. I cannot wait. And then bay leaves for cooking, and I've got some other goodies over here, chamomile and things. So everything's looking really good. I only have a couple peppers over here. I had sown a lot of seeds, but most of them got eaten by the buggies. So I was planning on going ahead and re-sowing them, and I might still try that, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. If I don't get it done, I don't get it done. Not a big deal. And then here are my moringa trees. They're looking really good, nice and strong actually. That's pretty cool. And then right here I've got large pine nut. They were a decent sized pine nut, you guys, and so that's why I called it large pine nut. Anyways, pine stone trees, and so hopefully I'll get the one of them will be like a female, the type that actually gives me the pine nuts. So I do have some more seeds, so not to worry. I will get myself some pine nuts. So even if I have to grow my own little forest, I will do that. Anyways, everything is looking good. My tomatoes are starting to get bigger, which is great. And I've got new growth here on my grapefruit tree, and I think this is a grapefruit. Oh, it's got like a lemon smell to it, so maybe this is a lemon, maybe. And then honey tangerine right here, I've got new growth. So all these little green spots down here. So you can see all the little green nodes all around the edge that's going to put out new branches. And then these are all new branches here. So it didn't completely die, which is really great. So I'm hoping for some good growth. Planning on putting these into some black pots as well, so that they will actually have more room to grow their roots. And so I'll do that later in the season. I don't want to mess with them too much right now. And everything is looking real good in the garden. You guys, I'm just so pleased. And then I've got rose blossoms here getting ready to open up soon. Cannot wait. I'm so excited. This has a really good smell, this rose bush. And then I've got some roses right here as well. These ones are still in their little bags, but they're getting some roses too, buds. So I need to get these into some pots, probably one of these kind of pots, maybe one of those ones. And I'm thinking I'm gonna plant them all together in one pot, so I don't have to try to find more and more pots, because I'm I'm done trying to find more and more pots. So anyways, that's pretty much it, you guys. Everything is looking glorious in the yard. I'm loving how I have the horseshoe shaped for the garden out here. I'm just super excited, over the moon. So excited. Everything's coming together so nicely. Sat down in the middle and just like relaxed earlier. It was so nice. Anyways, you guys, thanks for watching my videos. Comment, like, and subscribe. Click that bell button. As always, have a wonderful day. And grow what you love and love what you grow, you guys. And God bless. Bye.